Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Raymond J. Negron with Beyond Failure to Reach Success. And I am a guide from the side, and I help guide people. Sometimes I'm a teacher, sometimes I'm a consultant, sometimes I'm an advisor, sometimes just know who to go to. Anyway, I wanted to discuss a topic, and I made notes for it. It's, a person's motivation or energy centers around moving towards what they fear or moving away from what they fear, right? So there are two fundamental reasons why anyone does anything. They're either moving towards what they want or they're moving away from what they want. And I think that's a very important distinction. And the reason why I'm doing this YouTube Live is because I want people to understand and comprehend, am I someone who moves towards something that I want, or am I someone who moves away from it? Do I hide? Do I stay tiny? Do I stay small? Do I stay where I'm at because I'm very afraid of what could be out there? Because we still have that triumvirate brain, right? Being like having that neo-mammalian brain, neo-reptilian brain, the neocortex brain. Those are the three triumvirate brains that are kind of like built inside our mind. And our mammalian brain is like our emotional intelligence and our connection and why we feel connected to people. The reptilian brain is danger, the awareness. That's what's being stimulated right now during this time, right? Fear and paranoia. But the neocortex brain is a brain that plans out the future, that takes a vision into what we want and where we want to go, right? And that's a part of the brain I want us to access today. I want us to be in alignment with, when you're hearing this, to recognize what I'm speaking about, because there's two fundamental reasons why anyone does anything. Again, I'll say it. We're moving towards or we're moving away. And I'm going to explain both of those types of people. And by the end of this, you're going to learn what type you are and possibly what you can do about it in your power, right? You can learn about it here and then question, the things that you do, and then move you forward, because I want people to start moving towards what they want. So I'm going to explain what those, and I made some notes here. All right, some pretty cool notes. I type things out. And then at the end, I'm going to talk about my 4 favorite quotes, right? And so towards people do things because they want to achieve a certain outcome. They want to achieve something. They have a goal or something they want to attain or obtain, right? Move towards. Ob is moving towards. Attain is to get certain things. They're motivated by this. They're motivated to achieve, to get, to obtain. They move towards it. They'll trip over it. They'll go towards it. They'll go over it. They'll go under it. They'll go around it. Maybe they'll make it its friend, whatever it is. And they set priorities. And they're good at setting these priorities and managing those priorities. But they do have a difficulty in recognizing what should be avoided. And they're frequently oblivious to what is not working, what is working. But most of the time when someone moves towards something, they just stumble upon it. They stumble upon what works and what doesn't work. And sometimes the thing that works outdoes the thing that doesn't work, and they're actually able to make some kind of financial wherewithal with it. But they're kind of scattered. They're kind of all over the place. And when that happens, they're not focused, and they're not going vertically to where they could be, right? And as a guide that helps someone go from where they are to where they want to go, I help them build a bridge on what it is they need to focus on with laser-like light to have grow as quickly as possible. So they're energized by their goals, though. That's one thing. People who move towards something are energized, right? They're like energized by their goals. They're like, yeah, fucking hungry. We want this, right? And then they take it, they move towards it. And those types of people, I'm one of those people. They move towards incentives, they move towards carrots. Sometimes they know they have to go the distance, right, before they get anything. And they have this inner hunger, this inner unsatiated hunger, right, where it's like they stay humble and they stay hungry. And I always say stay humble, but stay starved, and keep moving towards what you want, right? Because that's what you must do, right? Those are people that move towards things. And as a guide, I help people focus in on, instead of having all these things that sometimes work, sometimes don't, we focus in on what does work and we get it, right? Focus on what you want and you get it. And away people right? Now we're going to talk about away people, people that move away from things, right? They move, they hide, right? Not all the time. You know, maybe they're at a place where they're just surviving, right? And maybe you're one of those people. And if you are, I'm going to encourage you to move towards things. But we're going to explain what moving away from. You know, because away people do things because they want to avoid certain situations or things. So they either hide or they just avoid it all entirely, right? They're just existing. They're motivated to solve, right? And I'm reading this: avoid, steer clear, or prevent or get rid of the problems, either by staying small or staying hidden or staying insignificant. It's like that person who stays in the same job that never elevates up. They're like, you know what, that's too much responsibility. I don't want that, man. I just want to be where I'm at. I'm comfortable, just existing. And I don't want that for you. You're not listening to me because that's what you want. So you stay tight. You're not going to be listening to me. You're not even going to be here. But those that want to move to that, they want to take transitions and transactions to move to that next level where they want to go, you're my people, because I can help you. I can support you. I can guide you. I can keep you accountable to what you want, man. And, you know, the way people, they have trouble managing or maintaining goal focus, right? They can't really focus on goals, right? They're just focused on survival, right? So, you know, they don't really manage their priorities well at all, right? They just wake up and they move moment to moment. They kind of fritter around. They just do what's necessary to exist, right? Maybe they're in that lower echelon. They don't want to succeed in life. But if you truly believe in divine energy and divinity that you're an intelligent being, right? It's like I hop on here, right? I have to stumble through things, but I always believe I turn stumbling blocks into stepping stones because I figure it out, right? And I want the same for you. I want the same for you. And, you know, they're easily distracted by negative situations, right? Have you ever been in a negative situation where you're just distracted? You're like, oh my God, that just takes that's your whole world, right? But learn from that. See how you can learn from that. But the thing that away people do respond to is consequences, right? Consequences and threats and anything they want to avoid, right? You let them know that there's pain involved. It's the pain of not getting to the place that you dream and you hope to get to one day just by thinking about it, by dreaming. It's never going to happen. You must take actions. But if you could dangle a consequence, right, where the towards people, you could dangle a carrot, they're like, I want it. I'm going to get that carrot. They don't care how they do it, right? But when you avoid pain, you're not going to move towards what you truly want. And the only thing that's going to happen is senescence and age. And you're going to get to a place in your life where you're not really content. You're not happy. You're just living. You're existing. Maybe you've defaulted to habits. Maybe you've defaulted to the negative. Just doing what everybody else is doing instead of being yourself, being your truth, being who you really are meant to be, and finding the inspiration inside by thinking. Thinking time. Watch that video if you haven't. Thinking time. Keith Cunningham invented it. It's one of the best things. I do it every day. Actually, 3 or 4 days a week, not every day. But it helps you inspire who you are and where you want to go. But, you know, away people, they just tend to notice what may be, you know, that could happen. Yeah, that'd be nice, you know, but it's going wrong for them. And when it goes wrong for them, again, you have family, man. You live on an abundant planet. Even if you're not religious of anything, or you just believe you're here for abundance, you're here for betterments and improvements. You're here to enjoy your coffee, right? So the specific thing which a person moves towards or away from are that person's values, right? What do you value? And I want you to Google core values. What are your core values? What do they mean for you, right? Like mine are, and I'm forgetting, integrity, like gritty. You know, doing the thing day after 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 day to get a result. And you're willing to stay in it until that happens, right? Just like I know that I'm here to guide people online. There's no doubt about it. I'm here to help people get from where they are to where they want to go in life. And that's it, right? And it's also having, you know, that's one of my core values. and I stand by them about 80% with it. And then there's other days where I'm 60%, then I'm 90%, then I'm 100%. It's going to fluctuate, right? And then also mastery. I believe in being a master at your craft. I believe in being the best version of yourself that you can be, so you can help people get where they need to get as quickly as they want to get, right? If that makes any sense. And then fearing less by being curious. I believe in fearing less by being curious about it, by asking questions, quality questions, not quantity, but quality questions. Sometimes you got to ask quantity to get quality too, vice versa. But as long as you're seeking towards excellence, right, you'll catch greatness. And values are those things which a person is willing to invest time, energy, and resources and attention to either achieve or avoid, right? Because that's what we do. We need to put things in our toolbox. We need to put things in our arsenal of who we are and what we stand for to become that person, right? If you're using a hammer to put in a screw, it's not going to work. You need the right tool to put the thing in the wall so it stays fastened, so it stays complete, so it stays secure. If you're using the wrong tools for life, you're never going to get anywhere. Not saying that sometimes you got to use the wrong tools to figure out the right tools, which you do. I've had to do that, where I've had to invest money in things that I didn't really know and then figure out that was the wrong person and then move on. Or look inside and say, did I really do the work that needed to be done to achieve that, right? And to motivate another person, it's necessary to know whether they're moving towards or away, and what specific things they move towards or away from, right? And I want to use a key word, because motivations will get you far. There's nothing like inspiration, living in spirit, living in tension, living in your greatness, living in the here and living the now, not projecting into the future, but being in concurrent present time where you can control, right? So I have a great saying: the past is a canceled check, the future is a promissory note, the present is here and now. So again, I'm Raymond J. Negron with Beyond Failure to Reach Success, and I want to encourage you to move towards what you want. I want to encourage you and inspire you to move towards what you want as quickly as possible, right? If you got to be slow, but also know that the quicker you do things, the quicker you stumble, the quicker you move forward, the quicker you're going to get what you want in life, right? And there are going to be fears, obstacles, considerations, roadblocks. That's part of the way. That's part of what you're doing, right? It's me getting on here, right? And perfectly. I just get on here, and sometimes I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to say, but I know I have the spirit behind what I need to say. I know I have the drive and the intention to want to give good news, to be an evangelist, to just give good news about, like, I want people to want to move towards what they want, right? Because that's what we need to do in life. What do you really want? What do you want? And move towards that. So again, I'm Raymond J. Negron with Beyond Failure to Reach Success, and I am a guide. Take care. Have an amazing day.